getting money.
Wow.
Now, is that waste or fraud? You're not supposed to get it, but the government sent it to you, and nobody from the government asked for it back. Say, for example, the $1.9 billion given to Stacey Abrams, a fake NGO.
Utter insanity.
Allegedly, it was for environmentally friendly appliances or something, and they've given like 100 appliances so far for $2 billion. It's a very expensive toaster oven. It's just obviously one of the biggest scam fraud holes we've uncovered, which is really crazy, is that the government can give money to a so-called nonprofit
NGO
with very few controls, and then there's no auditing subsequently of that nonprofit. So there's no. So this is with the $1.9 billion to Stacey Abrams, they then give themselves extremely lavish, like insane salaries, expense everything to the nonprofit, buy jets and homes and all sorts of things. And this is happening at scale. It's not just one or two. We're seeing this everywhere. You may think that that the government computers all talk to each other, they synchronize, they add up what funds are going somewhere, and it's it's coherent. There's and that the numbers, for example, that you're presented as a senator, are actually the real numbers. One would think they're not.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they're not totally wrong, but they're probably off by 5% or 10% in some cases. So I call a magic money computer any computer which can just make money.
Listen to this shit. Magic computers.
It just issues payments. They're mostly at Treasury. Some are, but there's some at HHS. Some there's one or two at State. There's some at DoD. I think we found now 14 magic money computers.
14, okay.
They just send money out of nothing. Well, the government is run by computers. So you've got essentially several hundred computers that effectively run the government. So when somebody, even when the president issues an executive order, that's going to go through a whole bunch of people until ultimately it is implemented at a computer somewhere. And if you want to know what the situation is with the accounting and you're trying to reconcile accounting and get rid of waste and fraud, you must be able to analyze the computer databases. Otherwise, you can't figure it out. Because all you're doing is asking a human who will then ask another human, and finally usually ask some contractor who will ask another contractor to do a query on the computer.
Wow.
So that's how it actually works. So it's many layers deep. So the only way to reconcile the databases and get rid of waste and fraud is to actually look at the computers and see what's going on.
So
that's what I call that's what when I sort of cryptically refer to reprogramming the matrix. You have to understand what's going on at the computers. You have to reconcile the computer databases in order to identify the waste and fraud. I mean, in order for money to go to a bank account, it's not like we're sending truckloads of cash all over the place. We're wiring money.
Right.
We're sending money through the ACH system or through the SWIFT system. So in order for money to flow, it's going to flow electronically. So that's what you need to look at. You need to look at the actual electronic money flows. And if it was a public company, it would be delisted immediately. If it would fail its audit, and the officers of the company would be imprisoned. So that's the level of, it's 80% incompetence and 20% malice. Reasonably confident that we'll be able to get $1 trillion of waste and fraud out, and that meaning that it will have. We'll have a net savings in FY26, which starts in October, obviously, of $1 trillion.
Wow!
Provided we're allowed to continue and our progress is not impeded. And we're very public about what we do, how we could be more transparent. Literally every action we do, small or large, we put on the Doge.gov website, and we post on the X handle. And when people complain about it, and they say, "Oh, you're doing something unconstitutional," I'm like, "Well, which of these cost
savings? You're doing
savings?"
it in the daylight. Everyone knows exactly what you're doing.
Extreme transparency.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything's been this transparent ever. I go to a party in Hollywood and not get dirty looks.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah.
And
now you might not even get invited.
Still get invited, but I don't know if I should go.
Why do they hate you so much?
Well, because we're clearly over the target. If Doge was ineffective, if we were not actually getting rid of a bunch of waste and fraud, and a bunch of that fraud, the fraud we're seeing is overwhelmingly on the left.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not zero on the right, but these NGOs are almost all left-wing NGOs that are being funded, for example.
Yep.
Yep.
So-
Left wing.
They
Yeah.
hate me because Doge is being effective, and Doge is getting rid of a lot of waste before that people on the left were taking advantage of. That's what it comes down to. And the single biggest thing that they're worried about is that Doge is going to turn off fraudulent payments of entitlements. I mean, everything from Social Security, Medicare, unemployment, disability, small business administration loans, turn them off to illegals. This is the crux of the matter.
Yep.
Okay, this is the thing that why they really hate my guts and want me to die. Across the country, it's well north of 100 billion, maybe 200 billion. By
a lot
using
of money.
entitlements fraud, the Democrats have been able to attract and retain vast numbers of illegal immigrants and buy voters. Exactly. They basically bring in, 10, 20 million people who are beholden to the Democrats for government handouts and will vote overwhelmingly Democrat, as has been demonstrated in California. And it doesn't take much to turn the swing states blue. I mean, often a swing state might be won by 10, 20,000 votes.
Sure.
So if the Dems can bring in 200,000 illegals and over time get them legalized, not counting any cheating that takes place, because there is some cheating, but even without cheating, if you bring in illegals that are 10x the voter differential in a swing state, it will no longer be a swing state.
Right.
And the Dems will win all the swing states, just a matter of time, and America will be permanent, deep blue socialist state. The House, the Senate, the presidency, and the Supreme Court will all go hardcore Dem. They will then further cement that by bringing in even more aliens, so you can't vote your way out of it.
Their objective is to make it
one-party socialist state.
That's the name of the
And it'll be
game.
much worse in California, because at least California is mitigated by the fact that someone can leave California.
Right. You can go to Texas.
Yeah, exactly. The COVID actions almost killed Tesla, because every other auto plant in the country was allowed to open, but ours, which was in California, was not allowed to open.
Wow.
So they almost killed Tesla. I mean, how many great movies have come out in the last several years? The last Oscars came and went. I didn't even watch it. There's nothing to see. It's not in my imagination. You can just look on social media.
Yeah.
And they've got signs. There are people with signs and demonstrations saying that I need to die. At least some of it is organized and paid for, I think, by domestic, basically left-wing organizations in America, funded by left-wing billionaires, essentially. Arabella, the classic. It's funded by the blue, basically the left-wing NGO cabal. Well, I do have this theory that the most entertaining outcome is the most likely. So, it seems often to be true.
Left-wing cabal.
What twist or turn of fate?
Well, I would
generate
say
the highest ratings. If we were a TV show, what twist or turn of fate would generate the highest ratings? There's a good chance that happens. It's not coming from a whole bunch of from a groundswell of public support, because when individual donors are looked at and act blue, they eventually turn out to be
Here we go.
diehard Republicans,
Right.
People that have never given money in their life. So you're going to track down a bunch of these people where it says, "Oh, I gave $16,000," and they're like, "I didn't give $16,000. What are you talking about?"
Well, if those
Republican friends of mine found themselves on the Act Blue list, they're like, "It doesn't
Wow.
cost me." 10 years is a long time. In 10 years, probably AI could do anything better than a human can, cognitively. Probably almost. I think in 10 years, based on the current rate of improvement, AI will be smarter than the smartest human. There will also be a massive number of robots. So humanoid robots. It's not meant to look like any prior robot. We'll iterate the design. You'll be able to have a lot of the robot parts are cosmetic. You'll be able to switch out the kind of snap-on cosmetic parts of the robot, make it look like something else if you'd like.
Wow.
So
Fixing to get into the Mr. Potato Head of robots coming soon, folks. You'll be able to put blonde hair, blue eyes, or green eyes and red hair, Female, male, your choice. You'll be able to just slap on appendages, make it have bigger arms, bigger body, smaller body. It's going to be amazing, folks, how AI and AI and all this new technology affects our lives over the next several years. All we can do is hold on to our bootstraps and go along for the ride, because it's not going away. But thank God we've got good people involved in it, like Elon Musk. Truth be known, this episode here I thought was really amazing. I watched the entire thing. It's a couple days old, but it was Elon Musk is on Ted Cruz, The Verdict. He has The Verdict. I believe it's over here on YouTube. Or sure, so I watched the full version over on X, but it's on YouTube, X, Rumble, several places. Ted Cruz, The Verdict. If you want to watch more of this, you did get some of the clipped highlights here closer to the end, but full interview is amazing. All right, folks, everybody have a good day. Over and out.